So I watched the podcast with Sanjay Gupta and Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan is an idiot. I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of reasons why he's an idiot. So he took ivermectin, and that's a drug that's used for parasites in humans and animals. You don't use that for fucking COVID. It doesn't cure COVID. Advil doesn't cure cancer. Like, these people that follow Joe Rogan are just idiots. Because the show, the Joe Rogan Experience, at the beginning, when he was first starting out, it was truly a good show. But then he moved to Spotify. He became more corporate. He kind of started to have a lot more right-wing people on his channel. Like, the thing is, when have you ever seen Joe Rogan get challenged on his views? When have you ever seen opposing views come on Joe Rogan? When's the last time? It's been a while. The last time was fucking ages ago. He always has right-wing people, and he never has left-wing people on his channel, on his podcast. It's like, what is he doing? Like, Sanjay Gupta definitely wasn't equipped to handle the conversation, because it seemed like he was just a fucking celebrity, just in awe of fucking Joe Rogan. Like, oh my god, Joe Rogan, oh my god, he's a celebrity, and I have to suck his dick. And it's like, why do these people always swallow Joe Rogan's penis, man? I don't understand why people are so afraid to tell Joe Rogan, you're full of shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a brain dead idiot. You should not be giving medical advice. You're not a doctor. You're not a medical professional. You don't know what you're talking about. You are a comedian. You don't know shit about medicine. You took ivermectin, and then you took monoclonal antibodies, and then you took vitamin D IV drips. You spent thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to get rid of that illness that you had back in the day. And the vaccine is free. It's free. You'll get immune from you're not going to be immune from the virus, but the vaccine, you should take the vaccine. Take the vaccine. Stop being idiots. Take the vaccine. Take the damn vaccine. Stop it. Just stop being idiots. He just created a cult-like following. Like, Joe Rogan's podcast is not interesting anymore. It's a political bullshit farce. It's purely to make money now. It's not to entertain you. It's not to try and inform you about actual making good choices with your health. It's not about trying to inform you about your health choices. It's not about being right. It's about making money. And, I feel like the guy has gone off the rails. He's a political analyst. He's not a political analyst. He doesn't know what he's talking about, man. He doesn't know anything about anything to do with health advice. And the fact that his millions of followers that watch his podcast are continuously spreading his disinformation, and not even Gupta was in awe. Like, he seemed like a fan and a person that didn't really seem prepared for this discussion. And he's a doctor. He's supposed to be an analyst. He's supposed to know what he's talking about. But he comes on the podcast and he just seems in awe. I'm sitting next to Joe Rogan, the famous celebrity that makes millions of dollars, sitting down talking about bullshit and having comedians on his podcast. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that people fucking worship this guy, man. Like, dude, he's a human. The dude doesn't know what he's talking about. What is he talking about? You took fucking... Is it a parasite, Joe? Is it a parasite, Joe? Is it for parasites, Joe? It's a drug that you use for parasites. It does not cure the virus. You're not gonna get cured by taking ivermectin. He took monoclonal antibodies too. The average person does not have access to antibodies, does not have access to an IV drip of vitamin D, does not have access to ivermectin. The average person doesn't have tens of thousands of thousands of thousands of thousands of pounds to throw at a fucking treatment. The average person doesn't have those resources. Joe Rogan is a privileged white male. He has all of the resources. People like me and you, we don't have those resources that he has. So him giving you the advice is coming from a privileged position where he's talking to people that have money, that are rich, that have a lot of money. You know, like he's not talking, but then his followers, the people that work on McDonald's and, you know, have no money and they're very poor, they listen to him like he's a god. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It's crazy that these people are listening to a comedian about health advice. The man doesn't know anything about anything to do with medicine. And you should be listening to health officials. You should be listening to the people that know what they're talking about. Not fucking Joe Rogan, dude. Not Joe Rogan. Sanjay Gupta could have fucking ran circles around that motherfucker, man. He could have, but he chose not to. He chose to cowtail, he chose to squirm, and he chose to fucking give in to Joe Rogan's bullshit. That's what he did. Oh my god, I'm gonna listen to Joe Rogan. He's this amazing podcast guy. Oh my god, he's so amazing. Oh my god, I'm watching this amazing person that's always making these podcasts with these right-wing guests and always making these offhand, edgy jokes that nobody gives a shit about. Nobody cares about those fucking little jokes that he makes on his podcast. Okay. Seriously. It's like, come on, man. What are we doing over here? What are we doing? Why are we listening to a fucking comedian talk about you shouldn't take the vaccine? Oh, okay. Joe Rogan said it. I'm not going to take the vaccine anymore because I'm a sheep and I listen to whatever a comedian tells me instead of a doctor. Even if your local doctor tells you, oh, maybe you should take the vaccine, sir. You know, we've been seeing that you have underlying health complications and you have, some problems with your heart and maybe you should take the vaccine. Oh no, I'm not going to take the vaccine because Joe Rogan told me not to take the vaccine. Oh my God, he's the best. He's the best doctor on the planet. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's a vaccine expert. He's an infectious disease expert. No, he's not. No. Your doctor tells you. Do you realize that Joe Rogan's not a doctor? He's a comedian. Oh my, but he's famous. But he has all of these different guests on. But he spreads the best information on the internet. You do realize that Joe Rogan is, again, he's a comedian. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, but he's the best. Man, these Rogan fans are clowns, man. And now we have to keep wearing this fucking mask because of Rogan. We have to wear this because of Rogan's misinformation. Well done, Rogan. You are spreading misinformation just like CNN. The people that you complain about, you're becoming exactly the same.